Picture yourself ambling down a cobblestone street in ancient Rome, surrounded by the chatter of market sellers, the imposing sight of grand temples, and the enticing aroma of fresh bread and spices. The Roman Empire, a remarkable powerhouse of innovation, culture, and conquest, significantly influenced much of our present world. Join us as we delve deeper into the daily lives of ordinary Romans, from splendid imperial palaces to the lively streets, to uncover the reality of ancient Roman life. The grandeur of Rome wasn't built in a day, and the fascinating tales of its profound legacy cannot be captured in a single telling either. As we delve deeper into the heart of ancient Rome, we find that their society was a complex tapestry of different roles and lifestyles. At the top of the hierarchy sat the emperor, followed by the senators, equestrians, and then the plebeians and slaves. Each class had its unique lifestyle, privileges, and responsibilities, shaping a dynamic and diverse social structure. But beyond this well-recognized hierarchy, there were also the lesser-known roles of women and children. Women, while not officially participating in politics, wielded influence behind the scenes. They ran households, managed slaves, and played a vital role in raising the next generation of Romans. Roman children, on the other hand, were seen as the future of Rome and were rigorously educated to ensure they were ready to take on their roles in society. Let's imagine for a moment. If you were to travel back in time, which class do you think you would belong to in ancient Rome? Would you be a part of the influential Senate, or perhaps a hard-working plebeian? Or maybe you'd be a woman managing a vast household behind the scenes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the captivating narratives of life in ancient Rome. As we journey through the cobblestone streets of ancient Rome, let's take a moment to appreciate the architectural grandeur around us. From the grand villas of the wealthy patricians, adorned with intricate mosaics and frescoes, to the more modest insulae, or apartment blocks, where the plebeians resided, each building tells a tale of its own. The architecture varied significantly between regions within the empire, reflecting the diversity of the Roman civilization. For instance, homes in the bustling heart of Rome were often compact and utilitarian, while those in the serene countryside were expansive, offering a panoramic view of the surrounding landscapes. Now imagine waking up to the crowing roosters, putting on a toga or stola, and starting your day with a humble breakfast of bread and cheese. The daily routines, much like the architecture, differed greatly between the classes. The wealthy indulged in multiple-course meals, while the common folk savored simpler fare. The children, irrespective of their class, were usually sent to schools or private tutors to receive education in rhetoric, philosophy, and literature. The attire, too, was a clear indicator of one's status. While the senators and equestrians donned the toga praetexta, a toga with a purple border, the plebeians wore plain white togas. Women wore stolas, a long tunic-like garment, irrespective of their social class. As we delve deeper into the everyday lives of the Romans, we begin to see a society much more complex and vibrant than what meets the eye. As we peel back the layers of daily life in ancient Rome, we come across individuals who played pivotal roles in shaping Roman society. The Roman soldiers, merchants, and craftsmen were among these keystones. Imagine being a Roman soldier, waking up at the crack of dawn to the sound of the bugle, ready to face another grueling day of training. The life of a soldier was not for the faint-hearted. It demanded physical endurance, mental resilience, and unwavering loyalty to the empire. They were trained in various forms of combat, survival skills, and even engineering, as they often had to build their own forts and bridges. The risks were high, but so were the rewards. A soldier who served his term honorably was granted a plot of land, a pension, and most importantly, Roman citizenship. In contrast, the life of a merchant or craftsman was a blend of creativity, commerce, and risk. Merchants traveled extensively, importing and exporting goods such as spices, silk, and wine, thereby enriching Rome's economy and cultural diversity. Craftsmen, on the other hand, honed their skills in various trades, from blacksmithing to pottery, generating beautiful works of art and practical items for daily use. Yet the backbone of this thriving economy was something far less glamorous: slavery. Slaves were used in every aspect of Roman life, from household chores and farming to gladiatorial combat. This system of forced labor was a stark reminder of the social inequalities that pervaded Roman society. In this segment, we've glimpsed the lives of Rome's soldiers, merchants, and craftsmen, and the role of slavery in the economy. As we unravel more about ancient Rome, we're reminded of the complexity of this fascinating civilization. Stay with us as we delve into the intriguing world of Roman entertainment in our next segment. When we think of entertainment in ancient Rome, the first thing that comes to mind is the Colosseum, with its thrilling gladiatorial bouts and chariot races. But Roman entertainment was far more diverse and layered than just these spectacles. Let's take a look at the lesser-known aspects of Roman leisure. Imagine a bustling marketplace, where Romans, rich and poor alike, gather around game boards, engrossed in a strategic battle of Latrunculi, or Ludus Duodecim Scriptorum, the precursors to modern chess and backgammon. These board games were an integral part of Roman social life, providing an opportunity to unwind, engage in friendly competition, and even discuss politics. Moving from the marketplace to the gymnasium, we find Romans engaged in physical activities like wrestling, boxing, and ball games. These sports were not just for entertainment, but were also a way to maintain physical fitness and display athletic prowess. And then there were the Roman baths, the social hubs of ancient Rome. More than just places for cleanliness, these baths were a hotbed for gossip, political discourse, and networking. Picture a vast, opulent complex filled with warm pools, saunas, and massage rooms, where Romans of all classes mingled, debated, and conducted business deals, all while indulging in the luxury of the baths. So the next time you think of Roman entertainment, remember that it wasn't all gladiators and chariot races. From board games to baths, the Romans knew how to balance work and play, making their society a fascinating study of contrasts and commonalities with our own. Stay tuned as we continue our journey through ancient Rome in the next segment. In the next part of our journey through ancient Rome, we delve into the world of Roman religion and law. The Romans had a pantheon of gods, many of whom were borrowed from the Greeks. However, they were not mere copy-paste versions. The Romans added their own unique spin, integrating these gods into their culture and society in fascinating ways. Let's take Jupiter, for instance, the king of the Roman gods. He bears many similarities to Zeus, the king of Greek gods. Yet Jupiter was also seen as a guardian of the Roman state, embodying Roman virtues of law and order. And then there were the augurs, the Roman priests who read omens to interpret the will of the gods. Picture a Roman augur standing on a hill, carefully observing the flight of birds, the direction of the wind, or even the entrails of sacrificed animals. These omens were taken very seriously, influencing decisions on everything from military campaigns to public policy. Moving from the spiritual to the judicial, let's unpack the Roman legal system. Laws in ancient Rome were a complex mix of statutes, precedents, and interpretations, much like modern legal systems. Trials were public affairs, often held in the Forum, the heart of Rome. Picture a Roman advocate, clad in a toga, passionately arguing his case in front of a crowd of citizens. Punishments varied, from fines and public humiliation to death in the arena. This system, despite its harshness, laid the groundwork for many of the legal principles we hold today, such as the presumption of innocence and the right to a fair trial. From their gods to their legal system, the Romans intertwined the spiritual and the practical, the divine and the human, in ways that continue to fascinate us today. As we continue our exploration of ancient Rome, we'll see how these themes play out in other areas of Roman life. In the following segment, we'll dive into the darker aspects of life in ancient Rome, from the city's sanitation problems to the political intrigues that often shook its very foundations. Imagine walking through the bustling streets of Rome, the city's grandeur overshadowed by the stench of open sewers and piles of garbage. Without a proper sanitation system, cities like Rome were breeding grounds for disease. Plagues were a common occurrence, with diseases such as malaria and tuberculosis sweeping through the population. The Romans, despite their advanced knowledge in many areas, had only a rudimentary understanding of medicine. Many of their treatments were based on superstition and guesswork, often causing more harm than good. Now let's shift our focus from the physical to the political. Rome was not only a city of grandeur and disease, but but also a city of intrigue and power struggles. The assassination of Julius Caesar, for instance, was a pivotal event that marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire. Picture the scene. Caesar, the dictator for life, entering the Senate, unaware of the plot against him. His trusted friend Brutus, part of the conspiracy, delivering the final blow. The aftermath, filled with chaos and confusion, leading to a power vacuum that was eventually filled by Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, later known as Augustus. These events, filled with treachery and ambition, remind us of the human drama that unfolded amidst the grandeur of Rome. As we continue our journey through ancient Rome, we'll see how these challenges shaped the city and its people. Stay tuned for the next scene, as we step back from the bustling streets, the grand architecture, and the dramatic political intrigues of Rome. It's time to reflect on the legacy that this ancient civilization has left us. The emperors of Rome, from Julius Caesar to Marcus Aurelius, wielded immense power and influence. Their decisions shaped the course of history, affecting not only Rome but the entire known world. Yet they were not the only ones who shaped Rome. The common people, the soldiers, the merchants, and the craftsmen all played their part in the tapestry of Roman life. Their struggles and triumphs, their hopes and fears, echoed through the cobblestone streets and grand amphitheaters of Rome. The legacy of Rome is not just in its emperors and its wars, but also in its people and their daily lives. So, how different do you think our world would be if Rome had never fallen? Would we be living in a world where Latin is the lingua franca, where gladiatorial games are a common pastime, or where the Roman laws and values still hold sway? These are questions that historians and enthusiasts alike love to ponder. As we conclude our journey through ancient Rome, we invite you to reflect on these questions and share your thoughts with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified about our upcoming history videos. Stay tuned for more fascinating dives into the past.